was the largest exporter of iron ore in Africa, ranked 7th among world exporters of iron ore with 16.2 million tons of exports, or about 4.3% of total exports. This of 7% of global exports in the 1970s. Despite this outstanding feat, Liberia's position in the global mining industry significantly declined as a result of the country's crisis from 1989 to 2003. In its transition to peace and democratic governance, Liberia was yet in a fragile state as thousands of mostly anxious young people could return to conflict again if the dividends of peace did not start to flow fast. And that's when the global steel and mining giant ArcelorMittal stepped in with over $1.7 billion investment.
I believe, again, it is such an exciting time because deep investment is not only good for us, but it is also going to be of great benefit for the country.
ArcelorMittal's investment rebuilt critical infrastructure, led the way in reopening the country to international investments, and hired thousands of Liberians to begin the process of restoring Liberia's once booming iron ore industry back on the international stage again. In addition, ArcelorMittal worked closely with the country's first post-war administration and the current to ensure that the benefits of the country's iron ore reach the people directly through the Social Development Fund, through which ArcelorMittal has paid up to $50 million for development in its host communities. These payments exclude millions of dollars in direct community initiatives such as the ongoing asphalt pavement of the dollars.
And they train us. They gave us technical training, and that training was very important. The training we are putting it into practice to metal steel. So we are very happy of it.
For nearly 20 years now, ArcelorMittal has been providing quality jobs, paying high-value taxes, and contributing to the overall economic development of Liberia as a reliable partner. This is an indication that ArcelorMittal is committed to remaining a leader in Liberia's resurgent mining sector for decades to come, demonstrated by the commencement of its Phase 2 project, which will see an additional US $1.2 billion investment in the Liberian economy. This effort will create up to an additional 3,000 direct jobs while promoting local content and services by prioritizing qualified local vendors for implementation. Testaments of ArcelorMittal's commitment to a prosperous Liberia are manifested in the company's deeds, which have been demonstrated at all times, including ArcelorMittal's decision to stay while many others abandoned Liberia during the country's Ebola outbreak from 2014 to 2016, and now the COVID-19 pandemic. Because Liberia matters to us, ArcelorMittal trains and entrusts Liberians with greater responsibilities in our operations.
My name is Prince Davis. I came here as an operator. From here I transferred to supervisor, and currently playing the role of a superintendent.
I'm Ashley Warner, one of the mainline train driver. I started as a light vehicle driver. Upon my return, I became a train assistant. From train assistant, I was trained as a mainline train driver.
My name is Kikoti Boima. I entered in ArcelorMittal as a yellow machine operator with only one machine knowledge, but today I'm so happy as I can use every equipment in ArcelorMittal operation in the entire ArcelorMittal. I'm very, very much happy. Thanks for the feedback.
Enable you to do your printing work for that special occasions. Now your worries are over. offer the best in printing. Us on 0881-656565 or 0776-388-196. Email tapedesign8@gmail.com. Are you into looking for the best designs with the best?
And so we like to say good afternoon wherever you're watching us from. Hello, welcome. Today is the 11th day of the first month, the new year 2023, and this is the last semi-final encounter in the 2022-2023 National County Sports Meet in the kickball category. It is the Wologisi girls going against the Gidi Mountain girls. That's Lofa versus Margibi. They've got some links. Geographically, you will have to pass through Margibi, Hell for Bunk, and finally to Lofa County. There you see the girls from Lofa. As a matter of fact, they are the defending champions. Lofa County. They've won against Ben Bassa to reach to this stage of the competition by just an inning to nothing. It was a very tight one. 1-1 to nothing. So we go through the last formalities. That's the chairperson of this year's edition of the county meet, Deputy Minister for Administration, Audrey Smith-Foods. She's shaking hands. She's flanked by the president of the Area Kickball Federation, Emmanuel Sopazwe, and the host of other officials. Reached down to the Marg officials. And right after that will be the Lofa County kickball team. That is the defending champions. Margibi made it through, and they also had a very competitive mixture. So the winner from here will meet Nima County in the grand finals to close this year's edition on Sunday. Nima County just edged out one county from Central Liberia by 5-2 innings. That was a convincing win for Nimba, showing supremacy over the legs of one county from Central Liberia. And you're watching Intel Sports, Liberia's premier exclusive online sports television, and we've started this campaign from the 17th, 2022. So the match is quarterback, the captain, very experienced. She's the woman of the match for the just ended kickball game, which Nima County won by 5-2 home runs. So Lofa County chose Topa number 4, number 5 Titi Wash, number 6 Heroin Mesgard, Princess Collie, number 7 Conan Siakzi, number 9 Vera Frances, and she is the captain. Conan Cole, number 10 Benito Samuka, 11 Xavier Cooper, 12 Musi Peters, 13 Mariah Gia, 14 Hannah Gibson, 15. And the coach, the experience and most cap winning coach in the county meet is Ezekiel Sonny Dopla. To the likes of Margibi County, who's just next door, Patience Bonka, number 4, Blessing. The presentation of the player of the match for the just game. So you see the match officials, here you see the player of the match. practice there from that end, doing the tools, and right after that we go straight into action. So Margibi County will be lining up players like Princess Gonkard, Mary Willie, Celia Tina Way, Edith Craig, Lofa, very experienced player, Alex Saki, another experienced player, Maya Zuo, Princess Blanca, Nyandin Nande, Lorena Morris, and Gladys Nair. And they will be there making sure that they follow all of the technical instructions from their coach Jerry Kennedy. So you see, and that's the good sportsmanship there you see being exhibited by the two captains along with the referee. And so the game is about peace, reconciliation. It's also about fun. And so we have to keep it in that way. We have to keep it in that manner. So we will bring you this all important second semi-final match between Lofa and Margibi. My colleague and I will make sure that we bring you this live commentary. We appreciate all of you who are following us. Thanks for your comments, your commendations, your concerns and inquiries. We appreciate all of them. We hope that we can continue in a very safe action. So we will see the chair for this year's county meet to take the kickoff where she completes that particular task. That's Minister Smith. She did that on December 17 in Buchanan City Grand Bazaar for the official grand opening at the Post City, the Doris Williams Sports Stadium. And she's continuing her work until after Sunday. And so right after this game, we will be seeing the next two semi-final matches. We've got all of the four counties from North Central Liberia. The legs of Margibi to begin from Monserrato from the left side of Liberia. We've got the legs of Margibi followed by Central Liberia Bong. You also have Lofa and Nimba respectively. And so Margibi County will be defending very well. Let's see, this number 10 player, number 11 is Mariah Zhu, very strategic player.
And also experienced player Mariah Zhu,
playing a key role as a pitcher, almost like the second male feeder, because in kickball we also have male feeders.
yes.
And so, but she's playing at the fulcrum, the central point of the field, which is very, very strategic and important. You have to be on top of the game because you can detect and determine how the game goes. So Lofa County, who've made it through here just by a home run against Grand Bazaar, but they are very good in defense, and so it appears to be a promising and competitive encounter. Liberians from the four counties, Liberians in general, who are now pledging allegiance regionally or either from their mother or their father's side based on whatever dropped reasons from the initial stage of the competition, have gathered here to cheer their teams to victory. So earlier on, too bad for the Patawi girls, they were humiliated by a strong Nimbayan side in a semi-final 5-2. That wasn't a good semi-final in terms of comparison and competition.
Obviously, when we have two experienced coaches on the touchline, you see Gasolo Dubai versus Jerry Kennedy. Both coaches have won the National Conference Sports Meet. Jerry has won the third place award as well. Let's see who goes to the grand final.
And so Mariah's rule one is against Mariah and Margibi in particular, and it's now one apiece. Choice Tukpa is still starting on a gradual, quiet note, 2-1, and we've seen some lawmakers or prominent and eminent citizens from the two counties who've converged here to support and to pay their respect to their county of origin. And so the referee is there instructing the coach to play right into his position and not to cross the line. He should not be emotional. He should not be carried away for whatever reasons. So we will see a free walk to Charles Tukpa, and she receives applause from Lofa here, and perhaps it's a good way to start.
Well, Charles is a good way. Charles is also a footballer. She plays for the senior national team of Liberia, as well as senior female professional in the English women's division league.
So she's got a lot to do for Lofa County, the girls from Margibi. With 6 major tribes in Liberia, very big county, Lofa. Good placement. She will not reach through, and it's 1 out to Lofa County. The speed wasn't as perfect as expected. The chip from Titi wasn't also encouraging and impressive. So Choice will have to go back to status quo. Great chip on pace. Let's see. Yes, finally. And Lofa County heading for third base is a save. Strategic one.
Second start for Lofa County. Titi was managed to hit the third base. Followed by kickoff. Henry Lester, who also going on to the second base. They start for Lofa County. The secret of Lofa what are concerned they increase their pressure at the first innings. They get their home run at the first innings and go back to defend. That's the secret I have noticed about Lofa, and Margibi is to be very careful.
Every game will have its own pace, so let's see whether again this can materialize. But according to my colleague, and we've also observed similar, they did this against Kembasa. It worked well for them, and so let's see whether this can happen. But of course, they've got a very good defensive strategy in place. That's the defending champions. Margibi County has just arrived here. The guys right next door from the Gidi Mountain. So we'll be talking more about mountainous affairs here. You got Margibi from the Gidi Mountain. You've got the legs of Lofa from Margibi. You also have Manimba from Nimba County. So we are talking about all mountainous affairs, except that we have to see a word or two from central Liberia, from the natural beauty Patawi. And so this player, Kuna, she gets a free word. It's a psychological movement now we see from both teams. A strike 4-1, and the captain, Princess Gonka, will not discipline Margibi County, and she did that in class. 2 is out.
Yes, 2 out for Lofa County. Margibi defending from Margibi. They need to maintain this.
Perhaps the secret from Lofa may or may not materialize. It did not. Wow. Settled to nothing.
So it works this time around. The secret of Lofa have been studied by Margibi, and it just that work for them to get the home runs running from the first innings.
That was just an inch away. Just an inch away. Titi was who have put in the legs of Lofa here, the defending champions, but that did not materialize. So far, the two teams have proven to have a very classical defense in the first half.
Sure. Good defensive work also from Margibi County there. So now let's see whether they can get from their attacking front as Lofa do the defending.
So that was it. And there was a little contrary view to that save. But the referee is the presiding officer. And so there you see it. So it's Lofa County 0, Margibi County 0, and Margibi is now going for her second innings.
The first innings. And it's out. That starts to play for Margibi County. She's out there. Good defensive work from Lofa County. So let's see what Mary Woody can do.
So I beg your pardon, Margibi first innings, they were defending from the opening. So Lofa County, as expected, did not make any home run. Perhaps they could make before the end of this game. So it's Margibi County one settle to the pitcher and the player in the diamond. A strike, referee says no. It runs out of the line, out of the diamond, out of the square. So one is out.
That's still out. She plays regularly. Very well, yeah.
And so Lofa, wow, 2 is against Margibi number 6. A serious city. And the captain for Lofa County, Vera Francis, pitches the ball very well with that power and skill. And to take a strike, you must be someone special. A run out count and a 3. They've now settled. They're both finished with absolutely nothing.
Great pitches, the captain of the media for Lofa County. Played for the Fusia Kickball Club in LKW via Francis.
Again, Lofa County is showing their strength in terms of defense, and that worked well for them. So as you are already reading, that was a poor one. As you are already reading from the scoreline, is Lofa 0, Margibi 0. We've completed the both first, and Lofa is now moving to her second innings. This player is trying to get her boot properly set so she can get the strike, and that perhaps could send Lefians here into a little bit of celebration with more time to go. So earlier, Nima County are through to the grand finals of the 2022-2023 National County Sports Meet after defeating Bond County by 5-2 home runs. Not to go once more for choice, and she's out. We're still very far to see, but perhaps with the manner and the form in which the two teams are composed in defense, we might be going for perhaps penalty shootout, but we still have a very long way to go. 2 against Titiwas. By an inch, she nearly put Lofa ahead. So Margibi, YSU 2 against Margibi. Lofa counted. Quick placement. She will get to base. A brilliant one from her. Titi was always hitting this. That was a good placement. Now with Mesga. One is against Zuo Orai. Another experienced player as far as the county lead is concerned. Remember, this is the only traditional sports in Liberia, and it is improving and gradually, and there have been some promises to help improve on infrastructure for this particular sport, also through budgetary wise. So we hope that those promises can come to fruition so that the game can get better and better by the day. Princess Polly, Lofa County, the defending champions. And so the two counties have got just one dialect in common difference, if you will. That's Pele. So Margibi.
There are a lot of tribes. There are almost the 15 tribes.
Because they are close to Mosivada.
Besides that, looking at the ethnic group, there are cutters in Margibi County.
Okay. To name a few.
They have the Mandingo cutter, they have the Kere cutter, they have the Black cutter. There are more than 32 communities alone in Kapata City. You know, I spent some time in Margibi, specifically in Kapata, and all of the tribes, they are within Margibi County. Margibi also serves as a transit area too,
Sure, but historically and geographically speaking, when you talk about Margibi from that end, you talk about Pasa and Pele. Now, all of the counties, if you really check, you will see almost all of the tribes. But you have recognized tribes in the respective counties. So when we talk about Lofa, when you're starting up from Lofa from one county and you talk about Pele, followed by Loma, and you have the Mandigos. You're moving down to Lower Lofa as they describe it. You have Bandi, you have the legs of the Kisi, who they refer to as our uncles, and then you have the Mendi from Vahu respectively. So the captain for Margibi County manages for the first time to get on base, Patience Gonka. So who starts? One may say, let's see whether they can end this one. Let's see whether they can end as they started. Margibi County 0. Lofa County defending champions 0. As a matter of fact, they are two former champions as far as the county meet is concerned. And gradually the fans are gearing up. They are moving, taking their respective seats. There have been some concerns relative to pitch invasion, behavioral pattern, and the steering committee have made it very clear that people will have to compose themselves very well so that it just cannot go against Liberia, because we've got a home match here in March against South Africa. We've got reports that some of the buckets were damaged during the quarter final stage of the competition. So they've put some measures into place to avoid the recurrence, and we hope that Liberians in general, we can protect our public assets. Pull one from this player from Margibi. Referee says she's out. Number 7, Tina Wei. And so Margibi, there you see it. It's a double touch according to the referee. And so Margibi counted 0 after their second innings. Lofa County will be hitting their third because they've started. And so a win. It's like I don't know whether it's a strategy the two teams are playing. I'm not saying that kind of foresee the momentum yet.
I think this is the final before the final. These are two contests who had their training section. Similarly at the same practice ground, they play each other in a test match before going to the major competition, and Margibi was successful in winning that test match. So they have studied each other very well, and they know exactly what kind of game to play at this level. So they are observing, trying to play well, but they are not just getting the home runs coming to.
And that's Win Gaga, my colleague, we're teaming up, making sure that we bring this to you. We salute all of our colleagues on camera from the production end as well, who are really the backbones for exactly what you are watching from wherever you are watching from. So we say kudos to all of us. And as we stated, so it's like a mind game, just an error, a mistake from either side, you will have yourself to blame. This is one of the mistakes we're talking about. And so just an inch away mistake, you will have yourself to blame because they know each other, they are familiar. So they have to be, in the game will have to be the way it is. Very tight. So Titi was third time 18 base, capitalizing on a mistake from Edith. She's 18 second base finally, yes. As a matter of fact, she was the only player so far in this game that hit third base and nearly put Lofa ahead. And she's now again at second base. She might be hitting third base. Hello? So she's taking a little treatment and she's giving a little signal that she's much better. See her run, making all of the efforts, sprinkling through, and she did that very well for the people of Lofa County. Who won? From Princess Collie. Here the name Princess and Collie is either you are from Zozo Salaye also. Wow, too bad for Titi was, she would not make it through to third base as expected. A pull kick from Princess. That means that Lofa still have a very long way to go if they should get their first home run. Another pull strike again. The referee, the landsman waves. She will come back. This is Intel Sports, Liberia's #1 online sports platform. Very professional. Another kick. She's making a way, but the secret there is third base. But no way again for Lofa County. No way again for Lofa County. After 3 innings, they've got 0. And Margibi is going for her third innings. and Lofa got just 1 inning, home run, to reach to this stage of the competition against Grand Bassa, and that happened in the very first innings. And so we are having some changes. This is a crack team, so we can at any point in time make some technical adjustments, flip in and out. But the biggest and the greatest thing about is that the work is continuing. So I'm also being joined by my colleague. So welcome.
Yes, as always, good to join you.
And so we saw that just I stated something similar, a mistake from either Margibi or Lofa. Will not be a good one. She slipped just by an inch away, and this player wearing number 4 jersey for Margibi, Patience Bonka, just couldn't capitalize on that one. The good news is that she did not get injured, that Lofa player. Hope we can get her number to recognize her, just by an inch away. So where you see it, she was making her way and just lost her footing, and she went over the billboard. But good that she's back. Lofa counted 0, Margibi counted 0. Yeah, at the refurbished Samuel Kando Sports Complex in Painesville City. This is the second most populated city in the Republic of Liberia so far. That's Painesville next to Monrovia. A strike again. Referee says no, you will have to play by the rules. And really, you will have to play by the rules. And Patience Gonka is not happy at all. I don't know to whom is she expressing her dissatisfaction. Whether the referee or her colleague, because she expects better. Moving through, no. Patience again manages to another strategic portion of this particular pitch, the second base, sacrificing the flying and diving, and just to make our way through to second base. And for every end of this particular competition, you will have a technical, brief medical break for treatment, because it's more physical and tactical as well.
Sure, it is. Every time a player slides, you notice that they have to be catered to it, because they go down and the heads, the hands, and so forth. It's really painful.
Sacrificing very well for their kinsmen and themselves to make name. It's always good to make name, so that you can be recorded and you can be recognized for your effort and contribution to national duty. From all indications, we might expect the chief patron of sports, because we've seen some security details indicating that the chief patron of sports, President George Manawia, will attend this particular fixture, because it's the crucial part now. He was here during the quarter and now the semi, and hopefully he will be here for the grand finals. Currently attending a technical vocational graduation ceremony, and has been organized by the Ministry of Youth and Sports from the end of Youth Empowerment. So Lofa County, Vera Francis with that good height, wearing a number 9 jersey, implies that she is a striker when it comes to their attacks. She sends it once more. And so one is against Vera. 2 players of Margibi are already on, hitting the third base. A good signal now for Margibi County.
Yes, they have picked the third base special goal. That is a threat to Lofa County. A good kick from Tina Wade. Tina has been given a free walk. Now is Lofa.
So perhaps we've seen Edith Kwewu, was given a free wall, perhaps the shortest player on the pitch, but it looks like she has power in her legs, or perhaps that's the defensive strategy from Lofa County. Patience. Wow, Lofa County missed out on that golden opportunity. Lofians are now celebrating that because that could have proven costly for them.
Yes, it is good defensive movement from Lofa County. The pick the tier innings. Lofa now will go with the 5th innings. While Margibi will do the defending aspect.
And so Lofa County will go for their last before the first half. Hope that they can get something out of this one. And starting Charles Tukpa, she hasn't impressed Lofians so far. And it was the first time that in their 3rd innings, Margibi County manages to go to third base, but they did not hit the home base. Lofa did that too just once. It proves and shows how intense and compact the two teams' defense are. And so we might just see another 1-0 victory here, probably. So Lofa County, they've got an advantage to salvage a home run or 2 before going for the break. But this one is poor. Yes, it is poor. Charles took by again. Did not do it well.
The target is the first base. Why will you kick towards the first base where you are coming?
And the only time you can do that tactically is when you have a player on third base and you can sacrifice yourself. But it also speaks to the point that like you see, wow, a brilliant one from Titi Wise. And so it speaks to the fact that if you are not in form at the moment, that what happens, especially to Charles Tukba. But you can still get better because we've got a long way to go. No, that's it. That's perfect.
Great defensive work there from Margibi County. They need to keep an eye on Titi Was. She's at second base. And 2 outs already. Tier 1. Another good one from Princess Bobby.
Princess hasn't also been impressive. She needs to get on top of her game. Princess! Play one.
So now good for her. Last one, if she cannot hit, they'll be out and everything is over for out for Lofa County.
Anxiously anticipating, very eager to get in the first home run for Lofa County is Titi Was, who's posted on second base, focusing on third and perhaps home base. to get the fans of Lofa jubilating. Another poor one, and she doesn't have that pace. Wow!
It's all over.
It's out.
Good work there. Good work there from Dallas Lynn. But she had a knock on that Titia's Princess caught it. But that was a perfect defensive work there from Dallas Lynn. Having this out is all over for Lofa County in the first half. It's 0 home run for them.
And like we stated, the two teams got good defensive strategies, and we've seen that after 4 innings, they've settled for nothing. Well, I don't know the signal here we're getting, and perhaps there's been a little change in or whatever, so we're continuing instead of
this is Margibi 4th innings.
so that will be the final for the first half.
After this we go for a break.
Patience again.
It's not good for them. Mary winning. It's not possible. 2 against Mary. Last one will see her out.
Also, our premier sponsor for this edition is Aslam Mental Liberia. Doing extremely well to support sports as part of their corporate social responsibility, and we like to salute them for this, especially on this national duty competition that brings together the entire country, the entire population, supporting such costs and warrant commendations. So we salute the Aslam and Liberia family, and we hope they can do more in the coming editions. Was that a foul?
No, it was a save. Celia City.
And a flip over, but she was very fast to skip that. Had it not been so, she could have had a little injury. There you see it sprinkling through, moving very fast. Wow. Very interesting. It reminds me of football though.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Roberto Carlos. Moving through. Wow. Yeah, 2 for bounce. Yeah, 2 for bounce. Normally, if you see a Billy Muster, formerly of Invincible 11, coming to you in that manner and form, you have to give way. If not, you'll be talking about lifetime injury, especially at the former ball-headed 8 years. So it's very interesting, very exciting, fun, fair, peace, reconciliation, unity, and we as Liberians, we have to sustain, maintain, and uphold our cherished and uninterrupted peace, because it's what we have. Liberia is also what we have. In common, that's our common denominator.
Sure is. In a way, guys out. It's all over. I have 7 for both quarters. We will have team talk and some resting period, and return for the second and final half. But that's how things look like at the summertime sports complex. Second kickoff semi-final. Lofa County 0, Margibi County 0. First half break. We take a break to be back.
This is the true meaning of national unity. A journey with games. the greatest stage that every county gathers with one goal. This is the moment that we all come together holding our breath for what we feel and behold as home. This is the stage where stars are born and legends are made, and every game that is played moves our hearts. This is the place that seems like the center of Liberia that all roads are leading to. There were 15 and there are only 8 still battling for that one trophy. The national counter sports meet reaches a point of sudden death. As the chapters unfolds, Intel Sports Liberia is here to bring you all the actions from every game. Join us live from the SKD Sports Complex.
Enable you to do your printing work for that special occasions. Now your worries are over. Is here to offer the best in printing. Us on 0881 656565 or 0776 388 196. Email tapedesign8@gmail.com. Are you into looking for the best designs with the best?
By 1985, Liberia was the largest exporter of iron ore in Africa, ranked 7th among world exporters of iron ore with 16.2 million tons of exports, or about 4.3% of total exports. This compared with its peak share of 7% of global exports in the 1970s. Despite this outstanding feat, Liberia's position in the global mining industry significantly declined as a result of the country's crisis from 1989 to 2003. In its transition to peace and democratic governance, Liberia was yet in a fragile state as thousands of mostly anxious young people could return to conflict again if the dividends of peace did not start to flow fast. And that's when the global steel and mining giant ArcelorMittal stepped in with over $1.7 billion investment.
I believe, again, it is such an exciting time because the investment is not only good for us, but it is also going to be of great benefit for the country.
ArcelorMittal's investment rebuilt critical infrastructure, led the way in reopening the country to international investments, and hired thousands of Liberians to begin the process of restoring Liberia's once booming iron ore industry back on the international stage again. In addition, ArcelorMittal worked closely with the country's first post-war administration and the current to ensure that the benefits of the country's iron ore reached the people directly through the Social Development Fund, through which ArcelorMittal has paid up to $50 million for development in its host communities. These payments exclude millions of dollars in direct community initiatives such as the ongoing asphalt pavement of the Ganta-Yekepa Road, to which ArcelorMittal has committed $40 million United States dollars.
Metal Steel did well for us and they trained us. They gave us technical training and that training was very important. The training we are putting it into practice to Metal Steel. So we are very happy of it.
For nearly 20 years now, ArcelorMittal has been providing quality jobs, paying high-value taxes, and contributing to the overall economic development of Liberia as a reliable partner. This is an indication that ArcelorMittal is committed to remaining a leader in Liberia's resurgent mining sector for decades to come, demonstrated by the commencement of its Phase 2 project, which will see an additional US $1.2 billion investment in the Liberian economy. This effort will create up to an additional 3,000 direct jobs while promoting local content and services by prioritizing qualified local vendors for implementation. Testaments of ArcelorMittal's commitment to a prosperous Liberia are manifested in the company's deeds, which have been demonstrated at all times, including ArcelorMittal's decision to stay, while many others abandoned Liberia during the country's Ebola outbreak from 2014 to 2016, and now the COVID-19 pandemic. Because Liberia matters to us, ArcelorMittal trains and entrusts Liberians with greater responsibilities in our operations.
My name is Prince Davis. I came here as an operator. From there I transferred to supervisor and currently playing the role of a superintendent.
I'm Ashley Warner, one of the mainline train driver. I started as a light vehicle driver. Upon my return, I became a train assistant. From train assistant, I was trained as a mainline train driver.
My name is Kiboti Boima. I entered in ArcelorMittal as yellow machine operator with only one machine knowledge, but today I'm so happy as I can use every equipment in ArcelorMittal operation in the entire ArcelorMittal. I'm very much happy. Thankful to be part of ArcelorMittal family.
Ready to embark on the construction of our Phase 2 expansion program. Phase 2 means that we are expanding from 5 million tons per annum of direct shipping ore, as we call it, to 15 million tons per annum of concentrate. And it is our intention to keep on going with the expansion to 30 million tons per annum, which will be a significant operation, not only in Liberia, but also in total West Africa.
We do all this because we believe in Liberia's future.
By 1985, Liberia was the largest exporter of iron ore in Africa, right?
Thank you.
Welcome back to the second and final half of this fixture. Margibi County are defending while Lofa are attacking and playing in their fifth innings. George Stop out there getting a says the central referee. Titi was not a good one from Mariah Zhu. She's the pitcher for Margibi County. So it's one apiece against the both teams. We hope to see a different match second half. Let's see who's going to start the home runs coming through.
I would not expect more than 2 into this entire game because we are still, as we are observing the first and the second half. The first half picture is into the second half picture as we see. And so I would not be surprised if we just get just one home run for a victory. There you see it. It's out.
Yes, 2 out to Lofa County. Good defensive work there from Margibi County. Let's see whether they can continue on this by defending well. Princess College, this should be out. It's 3 out. 5th innings completed for Lofa County, 0 home runs. And Margibi County now will take on their 5th innings.
It's very tight, very tight indeed.
Yeah, it's a very tight semi-final here. The winner from here will play Nima County on Sunday in the grand final, while the loser will play Bond County in the third place playoff also on Sunday.
And so at least they will still have an opportunity to grab through a silverware.
Yeah. But so Asian Gonga is out already. Post start for Margibi County.
And a good catch from Titi Was.
Yes, great defensive work there from her.
Vera Francis against Mary Whaley. So Margibi is continuing from the second half and on a poor footing. Similarly, Lofa did show in their first, and it's again over
to the connection from Vera Francis to Hannah Gibson, very perfect.
And I saw that against Nimba and Bong. There were Bong County had the little challenge, and that particular challenge led to their defeat.
But it is the opposite here. Hannah and Vera are coordinating very well.
Yeah, they are.
And Lofa County is working on their defensive posture.
Great strike. It drops, but failed to reach that on time, and she's out. 3 out for Margibi County. Still homeless here after 5th innings completed. So Lofa County will play her 6th innings now.
I'm foreseeing something. If we go for a penalty, we might not get any home runs, but there will be a victory.
Yes. Yeah,
that's on the length of where you will reach at a second or third base.
Of course.
I'm foreseeing something like that to happen. But let's watch and see. Technical discussions. Ezekiel Sonetopla to his team, and that's the defending champions. They need to pull the strings.
Yes. You need to come out. They are in conversation there. Lofa County
getting some blessings from the Almighty. Let's see whether it will overflow them. Because as it stands, Lofans are here. The citizens as well from Margibi. The Margibians are also here.
Yeah, yeah.
But they are celebrating quietly. Just like when you're telling someone a secret.
I think everyone here is waiting who to get the home run first before you can get a true identification from the both teams.
And I will really love to see some of the traditional attires or signals here on the page, because we are talking about county meet. We have been seeing here a calabash, pot over the head, dress codes of sorts.
To see that traditional dress code. Yeah, from any of the spectators of things here.
Of course, maybe if they are around the page, we hope that our cameras can capture that if we will see it. But for what we see so far is like the European style. Everyone is wearing his or her county jersey with their name, their traditional names behind it, with the numbers respectively. For here I see it's like a husband and wife, Kokalo, and they are in 13 respectively.
Yes.
The man is in dominant green and the woman is in dominant white, but we are all from Lofa. And so we need to see something very interesting in that respect. Lofa County 0, Margibi 0. Here at the Samarkando Sports Complex. This is the semi-final. A winner from here will meet Nimba on Sunday, and that's the grand finals. And like my colleague stated, the loser will meet Bond County to fight for a silverware in the third place category on the same day. Number 7 for Lofa County, Prince, the Princess Collie, and she has a spray head.
Yeah,
it reminds me of Prince Day. She hasn't been very impressive, not at all. No save. Yes, she will be cautioned. That was a postmanship. It's like a retaliation. You can remember the first scene when that sliding took place. Yeah, that was
Yes.
Postmanship, and she's still not.
It's not welcoming from the part of Yande Nangbe.
Yeah.
You can't do that. See that again. Oh, so I think
it's a retaliation. Yeah. But that's the game. We saw that earlier too against Lofa, but that player from Lofa did not retaliate. Similar thing happened, and that player from Lofa did not retaliate. You can remember the number 12, Sylvia Cooper. She just left and went back. Number 13 for Lofa. She left and went back to her position. Yeah. But this time around, it was postmanship.
Yeah, and it says they can't just go free.
But it's also a good decision from the ref not to get more pressure onto the game, just call you and say, hey, please take it easy. This is a game of fun, unity, and reconciliation. But Mayuna, all eyes are on you for the second offense.
Of course, Coach Jerry Kennedy versus Ezekiel Dopa. Who going to take the day? Not a good start there from Patient Gonkai. She's the captain of the day. Vera again. Great connection is out. Great play. I admire the connection between Vera Francis and Hannah Gibson.
Lofa has a very good defensive team, and this just cannot be ruled out. They have a very good defensive team. I saw their practice session on 2 occasions here. I saw their game against Grand Bassa, and so it's not a surprise. They need to have something extraordinary in attacks if they should get the most needed win to defend or retain their title against Nimba on Sunday. As it stands, Lofa 0, Margibi 0. Margibi are now attacking. A great strike into the arms of this player, and you see the cheers.
So it's all over for Margibi County after 6 innings, and now Lofa County will take into their hands the 7th innings, while Margibi County will defend. Let's see whether Margibi can do a brilliant defensive work here, maintain Lofa County from coming home, and do the opposite to them in their 7th innings.
As it stands, Lofa 0, Margibi 0. They will need something special to get home runs, and that will bring them the most needed victory or result that is required of them. So skipper Mariah Zuo posted. There you see that strike. She's there feeling and very angry with herself. Oh wow. It's out.
Out for Lofa.
Double touch. Hit her leg and her ankle respectively. Bottom and top, so she's out. It may be getting better from the spectators and maybe the players, the boys will give it to them. A pace. It will not count. She's already aware.
Great defensive work again. Margibi County showing it out there. 2 out in split seconds. Let's see whether they can defend this and have the home run flowing in their last innings. That could be so disappointing for Lofa County.
We hope to see that, and we've seen some sizable number of security officers here. That is as a result of the pitch invasion the last game. They want to put everything into place, hopefully in a peaceful manner. The referee again is talking to this coach. Give away. Wow. The captain of. Wow. Good strike.
A lone fighter.
Yep.
If she had players on the Vera basis, that would be a turnaround for Lofa County.
Sure.
But she's alone, one woman army.
And it was a little mistake and slip from the skipper from Margibi, but with the concentration in split seconds, she came back to correct that mistake, and so that player Mensga were now fortunate and opportune to get to second base. Brilliant strike, brilliant catch, and we
it's all over for Lofa County. It's all over for them. They have completed their 7th innings. Now Lofa has completed their 7th innings. Now it's Margibi turn. It's Margibi turn. Margibi has the opportunity. to turn things around here. They have the opportunity. Margibi County. They are now going to do the attacking, while Lofa will do the opposite. Let's see what happens next, or we go to penalties.
I describe this moment as the nervous moment. You can be very nervous at this particular point in time. After doing it very well, it is just the time that you have to complete it to the core. But Lofa County still maintaining from their performance. Got a good defense. And I wouldn't be surprised if they can defend without a home run for Margibi.
Let's see.
Margibi too could put out a surprise.
Let's see which way it goes. And Princess Bonga will start the play running. Not a good effort there. Far away, and she going to take it over.
So Superintendent Kiman is going against Superintendent Jerry Vanning. One of the youngest superintendents versus one of the oldest superintendents. Another poor one from Margibi's end.
It's out.
Wow.
Princess, that's Patient Gonka.
The opportunity is slipping away.
Bit by bit.
Every opportunity is slipping away from the hands of Margibi. And as we see, we might be going to penalties.
It's Celia Sedi. Mary Willie has been cut off. So Celia will take the space of Mary.
Getting a bit of fresh air to get some energy, to be re-energized. It is getting emotional now at this particular point in time. You're watching Intel Sports, Liberia's foremost premier exclusive online sports platform. The best.
It's 2 out. Margibi County are not making use of this opportunity. Lofa are defending very well to the skipper Vera Francis. She determines the game at this moment. Vera plays for Ecclesia Kickball Club in the Liberia Kickball Federation League. They have Veras again, 2 against Tina Way.
Tina Way is always unfortunate.
A great one, but referee calls her back. Is out for Margibi County. So both county will go to penalty.
It was predicted by me though, and it has come.
And you got it rightly. It will be penalty to decide the victor of the second semi-final fixture.
So Margibi 0 after 7 innings. Lofa 0 after 7 innings. Penalties will be the decider. We're watching Intel Sports. Semi-finals, women category, the National County Sports Meet.
So that's the team song Lofa County being played in the background.
We just hope that the lion can remain in town.
But some will say the lion belongs in the forest.
So the song is the opposite. The lion in this perspective is the giant on the pitch. Perhaps that's the interpretation, perhaps.
You cannot interpret the writer's words more than...
But we are talking about sports, so when you talk about a lion in sports generally, you are talking about your supremacy, your strength on the playing pitch. Intel Sports, hello to all of you. Thanks to all of you who are watching. Thanks for your comments and your analysis. I know they are getting very interesting. Your predictions as well. This is what we do here.
Actually, we are grateful for you following. We are also anticipating your feedback. You know, it's actually useful. It helps us to improve, to work on our mistakes as we go along. We are building a very crack team to make each and every one of you proud. This is Intel Sports. We are here to change the dynamics of sports broadcasting in Liberia.
So this is the first penalty shootout since the commencement of the tournament in the knockout stage. Since we resumed here from the 7th of January, this is the first penalty shootout from the kickball category.
Sure, it is the first homeless kickball match since the commencement of the quarterfinals. So Lofa County are the first team to attack. This is a trouble. Margibi needs to be careful because the winner will be determined
either by home runs or by position.
Now
by distance.
Lofa
distance covered
have touched the first base. There is a trouble for Margibi.
It will increase if Lofa happens to move to third base also. Let's see how it plays out. It's a very tactical fixture. TT Wise. And she was the only player so far that attempted to get a home run earlier in their first innings. A chip. If you see the disconnect, no, it will not count. So they were targeting the second base, but still it will not count. And the interpretation will be later on because the spectators, some of them may not understand this. And so it is trouble. Possibility.
Margibi
counted us going through, and they will get their first innings. Home runs.
And there they go. Lofa County. One.
Lofa County are almost there.
Two is all over for Margibi County.
It's not all over yet, though.
I can say it's all over due to Lofa defensive line.
Anything can turn around, though. If Lofa can do it, perhaps Margibi could do it, but Lofa is ahead.
Margibi County are disappointed. You got the cheers and the supporters are now jubilating.
The Lion is in the town.
How did that happen?
When the lion is in the town, all of the other animals turn tough. And we say, Bobo, they will not talk, they can't talk. When the lion is in the town, defending champions are one step away to the grand finals.
How did that happen? Margibi County.
I just can't imagine. It's about time the Margibi shows some level of maturity and experience.
Sure.
The game is not over yet. They have already defeated themselves.
Sure.
That is very poor for them. Psychologically, it is poor. You will not see a football game in that manner. You score on me, then I'm like, it's over. No, I can score at any time, so you can score at any time. You have to have that momentum. Lofians are now doing the celebrations inside the stands. Samarkand Sports Complex now is alive, and that is because Lofa County have got 2 home runs in the penalty shootout, as we call it. Lofa counted 2. Tight defensive. Margibi 0. A little mistake, and they will pay for it. However, Margibi do have their last penalty to shoot, and that strike was very, very extraordinary. So it was Titi Was and Charles Tupa who've made it home. And there is a little bit of dissatisfaction, but I suppose it will always be. It will always be. So it is what it is. Lofa County defending champions leads by 2 innings to 0 after settling for 0 home run in the 7 innings. It was the 8th, which we call now the penalties. They've got 2. Can you imagine? That's the drama of the game win.
So disappointing for Margibi County. How did this happen at the edge of the game? Let's see whether the 10th around can be done. They are still playing.
And so Lofa, Margibi, I'm still of the conviction that they can do something better, provided they can strike as Lofa did. So again, the likes of Princess Colley. Princess again did not do well. She's out. Lofa, Kona, Siazi. A poor one from Kona. One is against Kona. They will have to defend this. That is what we have to mention. Because Margibi could also pull the string. He will never know. But Lofa County has the advantage. Lofa County 2, Margibi 0. The ball is in the court now of Margibi to respond.
Yes, so I think now they need to really put themselves together. It's not just all over. They can come back into this. They can get similar home run, depending if they are determined to get it. If they are put it themselves, all of those broken pieces, bring it back together. It was just a slight mistake that led to the home runs coming through. I think they can do same by getting the same 2 home runs or maybe go ahead. However, Lofa County are very good in defense.
So Lofa County, the girls from Wallagisi, I know now for sure those in Salaye, Zozo, Kwanuboni District, Vonjaman District, Foya, Kulahun, Vahun, Masambulahun Town. They will be celebrated now. Lofians from across the 15 political subdivisions of this country. They will be celebrating. They are one step away. Patience Gonga will start on a good footing for Margibi if they should respond perfectly well. Patience, a post track for Patience. Lofa County, but Patience manages. Wow! Win!
You can't do that. You can't do that to yourself. You are already running to the first base. Why can't you try to play to the third base or maybe find a way in the middle, but always striking to where you are running? That can't just be possible.
Very disappointing for the skipper Patience Gonka, and Margibi is also one step out of this competition.
Yes,
it's just that they will have to play.
Excella making her way to second base. Yes,
great one.
She's there.
She's almost getting the signal for Margibi after their captain did not do as expected, as the leader should. Lofa County 2, Margibi County 0. Imagine a Lofa and Nimba fixture. That's a repeat from Group C.
Yeah. And where in Lofa won that fixture 2-1.
That's a repeat from Group C. It might be a revenge or a repeat of a victory for Lofa. But let's see. Number 7 for Margibi, Tina Wei. She hasn't been impressive. She dips in. The ref says no. And I think the match person for Lofa County is Titi Wise. She put it. Yeah, she did it well for Lofa County. And Celia City is eagerly anticipating step base. 2 is out. The Lion is already in the town. And the Lion is already in the town. Tina Wei, Lofa County is now taking steps away to join her neighbors Nimba. They both were established 1964 and they came from Group C, and perhaps it will be a repeat fixture. From the opening stages, they will be closing in on the closing stages. Lofa County 2, Margibi 0. We are winding down. But Margibi defeated themselves even before kicking.
So they defeated themselves. They felt so reluctant, frustrated, disappointed.
After conceding 2 home runs in split seconds. She will position. She will position herself very well and see if Lofa County can be troubled. As it stands, and they've been very composed in defense. Lofa County. The trouble man, Ruby Barry from Margibi County. We will see him in action very soon. It's all happening here at the Sam Wakando Sports Complex Intel Sports. This is the semi-finals, the last semi-final match in the kickball category. The National County Sports Meet, live and direct on Intel Sports. We salute all of you for following. Your comments, just imagine the predictions are flowing in, and they are flowing in from their respective position. Lofa County are through to the grand finals of the National County Sports Meet. They will meet Nimba, and that will be the return fixture. Lofa County perhaps who retain their title. They end up Lofa 2, Margibi 0. The 7 innings ended 0-all. Ezekiel Sonedopla may repeat history, but it's still far from over until after Sunday. Olofins are now doing the celebration. They are through to their back-to-back finals. They won it last, and they are in the grand finals. What a good performance for Lofa County. Good display from Lofa. Good defensive work. They've been very exceptional into this competition. Won their 3 games in Vonjima, Lofa County. Came here, defeated Grambasa 1 home run to 0. And on today, they trashed out the legs of Margibi by 2 home runs to 0. What a great fixture. It wasn't over until penalty shootout. Well, that was the decider. Lofians are celebrating. The defending champions are celebrating. It is a good moment There you see Ezekiel Solidopla, the winning coach again. A very proud man, very happy, flanked by our colleague Theophilus. He will be interviewed very shortly. He is a proud man. Superintendent Kimba has defeated Superintendent Jerry Fanning. And I know the senators, the representatives, there you see the winning coach, the defending champions coach, is in a happy mood. Lofa County are through to the grand finals of the National County Sports Meet after defeating the likes of Margibi by 2 goals to 1. 2 home runs to 0, sorry. We now join our colleague for this all-important appearance interview from that end.
Seventh among world exporters of iron ore with 16.2 million tons of exports, or about 4.3% of total exports. This compared with its peak share of 7% of global exports in the 1970s. Despite this outstanding